Hey guys, what is up? Rat here, and today I will be featuring this really awesome bait deck. Now, this bait deck is very powerful in the meta, and it's not really in the meta, but it's very powerful, and it's going to be played by my media partner, Vlada, so major shout out goes to him. But anyways, so your main win condition is, of course, bait. You want to get as much chip damage in on that tower with your Goblin Barrel, Princess, and Gang. So Goblin Barrel is used to bait out the log, or if not, to get some hits in. Princess as well is used to bait out the log, but she's also very powerful defensively against minion hordes. And Ice Wizard is another it's an interesting card in this deck, because that's your main defensive card, that and Tornado. Because if you Tornado everything together with your Ice Wizard and your Princess, you can easily take everything out. So Prince is also another rush card to put pressure on your opponent. And does a lot of damage when it rushes with his charge. So, as you guys can see, Vlada puts him down. Opponent has to answer right away. Nice defense by the part of the opponent. But he does well. But anyways, so he's going up against a giant Sparky deck. Very, very interesting indeed. So, here comes the Princess. Princess gets taken down. Down goes the Goblin Gang to defend that Mega Minion. Here comes a Knight to defend the Ice Wizard. And this deck is also very good defensively. I'd say the one weakness that this deck has is probably going to be Golem decks. Just because you don't have that Inferno Tower for the extra kick for the defensive capabilities. But instead you have Tornado to keep the deck nice and cheap and to activate that King Tower. So you're basically trading better 5 extra defense for solidness. Or you're going to trade for more defensive damage with that Tornado for only 3 elixir. So down goes the Sparky, gets protected by the Giant. Nice Goblin Barrel by the side of Vlada. Goblin gets a bunch of stabs in, but now he's got a nasty counterattack. Good log. Sparky comes down, gets a blast off on that Princess, I think. But that Sparky, it's looking pretty dangerous right now, but Vlada easily takes care of all of this. Does not let that Sparky or that Ice Wizard do anything. And down goes the Sparky, and down goes the Ice Wiz. So now they're probably at the same even amount of HP. He puts down a Princess combo. Try saying that fast. That's pretty hard. He sends in another Goblin Barrel. Okay, here comes the Goblin Gang. Opponent uses the zap. Good zap on his part. And here comes another Giant. So his tower's down to 1,500. I think, yeah, 1,559. Ice Wizard locks onto that Knight. And here comes another Goblin Barrel. So Barrel does not lock on. Nice counter with that Goblin Gang by the opponent. Here comes another log. Now this game was intense from beginning to end. And it was really crazy. But I think we know who's going to win either way. But yeah. So here comes that Ice Wiz again. Here comes another Mega Minion. Here comes the Sparky to defend. Opponent puts on Oops because those Goblins got a lot of damage in. Here comes another Goblin Barrel. Princess takes care of all of that. Nice log to get more chip damage in. And this deck is just, it's very spammy. I have double elixir because you can get a lot of stuff down to overwhelm your opponent. Here comes another Goblin Barrel. Gets a couple stabs in, but that King Tower was awakened. I forgot to mention that. So it does a little bit more damage to the troops that land on the tower. And it has more defensive capabilities. So here comes another Sparky. Now, that Sparky's going to charge up, but Vlada still is not letting his opponent get much damage in, which is good. And now I think he's going to defend it now with that Knight. Nice Knight by the side of Vlada. Knight Goblin Gang combo. Here comes a log. Opponent has to choose one of those cards to take out, and that should be basically game over just because his opponent was had nothing to counter. But the thing was with this deck is you don't have a rocket to finish the game right away, but you have a more defensive setup, like I said before, so that's better. And they take out, and now comes the Goblin Barrel. Barrel's gonna get a couple. He gets nothing in. Here comes the log again, I believe. Yeah, he clips. That's a beautiful log. He got the clip, the Goblin Gang, that cannon, and hit the tower. Here comes another Goblin Gang. And down goes the tower. That one Spear Goblin lowered the tower all the way down for the Goblin Barrel to take it out. So next replay, Vlad is going to be going against an E-Barb spam deck. Now, This matchup, it's bridge spam, yeah, bridge spam elite barbarian deck. Now this matchup should be pretty easy for him just because he has a lot of defensive cards and his cards are very fast to cycle. The most expensive card in this deck is the 5 Elixir Prince, and his opponent has a lot of expensive cards. So he throws out a Goblin Barrel. Opponent defends with a Wizard. Those Goblins get a ton of stabs in, which is good. Ooh, that Wizard does get a lot of damage in to take out the Princess, but it's alright because the opponent does not have a very big spell to counter with. So here come the E-Barbs. He luckily takes out the, not Ice Wizard, but the Wizard. And down goes the E-Barbs. The E-Barbs don't get much damage in, and they're gone. So down goes the Witch to defend against that Goblin Gang. The Goblin Gang gets a bunch of stabs in. Here comes a, no log. The opponent, I believe, is going to put down the Battle Ram right in front of that Witch. Beautiful log. He clips the Ram and the Princess. Not the Princess, but the Witch. I'm getting mixed up, sorry. But down goes the Battle Ram. And, yeah, so now he has a huge, well, not really a huge lead, but he has a little bit of a lead. But the opponent does take down the tower, sadly. So, now Vlada's got to start really spamming. Gets a couple hits in with that Goblin Barrel again. And so down to 1,000 health, but Vlad is 1-0. He's 1 down, so he's got to hurry up and take that tower out. With a minute left and double elixir going to start soon, he's going to be okay. So anyway, so he defends that push like a pro. And here comes the opponent's got to start spamming in his zone, which is pretty stupid on his part because he's basically just giving Vlad a free value, and he's going to have his Prince charging down the lane. Ooh, and he gets the lock on too, but that Battle Ram's going to counter it, but it's not going to do much. And here comes the log. So he just basically baited out that guy's a log, so now it's free to put down the Goblin Barrel, and they're going to take the tower. Anyways, I'm sorry, guys. My voice is a bit down right now. I'm a little bit sick, but yeah, don't worry. I'll be feeling a little bit better. Sorry about yesterday's stream. Something happened. I got really sick. So sorry about that, guys, but don't worry about it. So he gets another lock on the tower. They get a bunch of hits, and ooh, but that Princess is going to take everything out. And it's down to 170. He gets a log. He clips everything. But he's got to defend those E-Barbs and that Battle Ram. And he does defend it, but he gets a lot of damage taken either way. But all he has to do is cycle his Zap or throw a Goblin Barrel. So he throws the Goblin Barrel, and that should be game right there. So Vlada takes that game again. And guys, I'd like to say, I played with this deck in a challenge, and I had low-level cards, and in a classic challenge, I got all the way to 10 wins using this deck. So, yeah, you guys should give it a try. It's very good. So, he goes against another Sparky Giant Skeleton deck, a very off-meta deck. But that Goblin Barrel is going to get a lot of damage, and surprisingly, that was a beautiful placement by Vlada. By the way, if you guys don't know, the Goblin Barrel, there's 4 placements you can put it. You can put it in front, the side, the back, and the side of the other tower. But if you center it, that's a kind of a risky move. Like, that's the common way you're going to get damage, but you have to be careful because you could get tornadoed. The beginning move you should always do is put it on the side where the other tower isn't. So on the right side, I believe. Yeah, I mean the left side, my bad. You want to put it on the left side. So that Prince is going to connect. Here comes another Goblin Barrel. See, that's the center placement I was talking about. You're 90% of the time you're going to get damage into the tower. But that Giant Skeleton's coming down, and Giant Skeleton, if you guys, is really annoying to go against because you're basically defending against, like, your troops are all going to die unless you have, like, a Prince or something that can just run away. Just because of that Giant Skeleton bomb, it's a really, really annoying. And so down goes that Goblin Gang just because of that Giant Skeleton bomb like I was talking about before. But, yeah. So here comes another Sparky, a Sparky from the back. And Sparky's actually starting to make its way back in the meta. Because, if you guys didn't know, Sparky used to be really crazy good back in the day. But ever since a lot of counters started coming out for, like, E-Wiz and stuff, it couldn't really do much. So, yeah. So here comes the Hog Rider, as well as the Baby Dragon to help support that Sparky. And it's going to get a lot of damage in. But Vlada still finds a way to defend it, and down it goes. So here comes the Prince is going to rush once more. Nice log. Log's going to clip the tower. Here comes another Goblin Barrel. Lands. Doesn't get zapped right away, so he does get a couple stabs in. And, well, yeah, so bait is very prominent in this meta. It's just really, really powerful. Like, I used to hate the classic bait deck with like the princess and the rocket and all that, but it's just really, it's like one of the tier 1 archetypes. Like, everyone uses bait, if not Mega Knight bait, this kind of bait. It's really annoying to go against. So Goblin Barrel is going to lock onto that tower, and it should be almost game. And, well, yeah, if you guys really, like I said before, want to give this deck a try, it's at the beginning of the video. You guys can copy it and put it in your deck, and you can try it out. So, yeah. I basically cracked the nuts and bolts of this deck. You guys, I hope you guys have fun with it, because it's really, really, a really fun deck to play with. Like, you can win a lot of challenges with this, and I'm not just saying this just because I want views, but you actually can. So, if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video or stream. Goodbye.